All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Swain Baddy League, presenting the Bad Baddy Bowl, aka the last bowl, aka one of the SBL's greatest traditions. We've got table for four up against Broke Bottom Boys with a combined 0-4 record at this point in the season. I am still AJS0, and I am joined here with Scotch for this game three. Scotch, are you as excited for last place as I am?
I am always excited for last place, especially when Wang is involved. Gotta get those
Absolutely.
hashtag Wang watchings out right now, boys. It's gonna
And
be a clown.
an SBL tradition like no other, and a game that could actually have major
It's
implications for
just
these teams
business.
as the season rolls on. Five teams making the playoffs this
Hot
split and the final
daddy.
split, not just four. So if these two teams do stay
I
on the bottom of
recommend
the board,
skipping.
these wins against each other could really decide who's going to the playoffs and who isn't. And this should be a really exciting week. As you see, we have some new faces that aren't super new to the SBL in here. Gabe O'Neill and Zwerbs playing for TFF and BBB respectively, as they have been approved
If I want
as
your
full-time
opinion,
roster
I'll beat it
additions
out
to
of
their
you.
respective teams due to Hunterhead 101 and ZZ Death Reapers not being able to participate in the SBL. Um, Unlucky, but
I do not
it happens.
tolerate
These teams have to move on, and
cowardice.
we'll hope for the best for them. And they do have some players that can hopefully substitute adequately. And
Yeah,
both
it's
these guys.
never a good thing, but you gotta adapt and move on. That is such is life in the SBL.
Yeah, so these guys not wasting any time here, getting through bans pretty fast. And Ezreal going to be the first pick here, so presumably for Adonis down there in the bot lane. New pick after running Kaisa the first 2 weeks.
We're gonna try something maybe just a little bit more defensive, a little bit harder scaling, a little bit easier to work with than the Kaisa. Kaisa can be kind of tricky, when to go in and suicide, except you're not, you're just killing everyone kind of thing. And then on the other side, we have Sion and Vladimir. That is already very obnoxiously tanky, not gonna die, poison team fight kind of comp already.
Yeah, and maybe importantly, if this order for BBB is to be what they actually run. They've switched positions around here with Zwerbs filling in for Albino Joe. They've been able to slot My Wang to the mid lane for the first time this season, where he's traditionally had a lot more success than he's played jungle and top so far this season, and it's been the worst of Wang, really. But maybe back in that mid lane, if we see him on that, Vladimir would be my guess. Maybe the Wang watching, be watching for highlights this game.
Oh man, what a timeline that would be. Maybe we get to just see maybe Wang's the new Mick, where we just get to see peaks and valleys all season.
Anything is possible. As we have Yasuo Talia picked for table for four. Uh, Not too sure who's going where. I was almost going to predict that Talia jungle for a moment, but
Well, I can tell you in confidence, Talia is Gabe's champion, and that's wherever Gabe is going, Talia is following. Um, and it looks like SBL Bad Boy, or AKA I'm Just Dan, AKA Victor Yi, AKA whatever the hell else he goes
Do
by
not
in the past,
confuse cowardice
has got
for
the smite right now.
wisdom.
So I would imagine he's going jungle unless they're gonna swap that up at the last second, and then Gabe's gonna go mid with that Talia against the Vladimir.
yeah, he has been playing jungle the last 2 weeks. Dan, that is.
There's
So I would
always
assume that
another
you're
way.
correct. As we are seeing some very non-standard bans here. A lot of targeted stuff. But we
Yeah, and
do
if
it.
you can get those favorites away from the players, then sometimes that does more good than banning the strong stuff. Because the SPL, I feel
Chaos
like
will
lags behind about
follow.
a week or two as far as adapting to what the hot new thing is. Other than
Yeah,
Aurelia, it seems like everyone's on the Aurelia hype train.
well, speaking of the hot new thing, the no 80 carry team, it is in the running here for Broke
Oh
Bottom
god.
Boys, and they are picking a lot of the champs involved. We've seen, well, they're specifically picking that Vladimir,
I'm
who
on to
we
you.
sometimes see slot into the bot lane carry role. So maybe we'll have a clearer idea in a moment here after we see what Cammer selects for Broke Bottom Boys. As it's gonna be Brand. It could be Brand Vlad in the bot lane.
Oh man, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, it sure is. At least we know what we're gonna get out of table for 4 here, as Ezreal was that first pick overall. As I don't know the champion pools of some of the players in this game as well as I did the last game. They haven't had a lot of luck with anything they've been doing, but maybe we're gonna
Nunu.
see Nunu coming through here for SBL Bad Boy in the jungle. Um, Not as exciting as the Nunu versus Master Yi games we were seeing in LCK this morning. Maybe Master Yi's still coming. Let's not rule anything out, but I would be a little shocked to see him without the Taric. I was pretty aware of that as a 1-2 punch. As Disenchanted going to wind things down here, takes Wukong with the last pick. So the comp locked in for table for 4, as this is some clowny SBL shit.
Yeah, this is Talia. No, me. I don't know
I'm just
anymore.
waiting until they trade these picks, man. I have not a clue. I just want to see if Cameron's going to select a ranged AD carry or not. And no, he is
No.
not.
Oh
Malzahar
my
picked.
goodness.
Welcome to the mage meta, my friends. Malzahar, Brand, Vladimir on the side of Broke Bottom Boys.
Holy crap, what a time to be alive.
League of Legends is a strange game, man.
And it looks like Adonis is going back in the jungle. At least on paper right now, the next 30 seconds, that's what it looks like. And I stand corrected. Talia is going to Disenchanted, and Gabe O'Neill is going to take the reins at the AD carry position with Ezreal. Frag is not on Garen. Was it banned? It was not. But he's going to bring out the Kabuki man himself, Yasuo. And going to go up against that Scion from Boozgraph. Looking at these team comps, on paper, if you take away the names, who you liking more?
Oh, geez. I just straight up do not know enough about this no AD carry thing
I know,
to
right?
tell you when it's good, when it's not. We've already seen it picked in some of the professional games. LCK and LPL have started up in the last 2 days. We've seen it in some games. It has been it has not been an overwhelming success like some pros were predicting based on what they had seen in solo queue. So it is not going to be like the AD carry position is dead, never pick it. A lot of the experts in the scene have been kind of talking in the Twitterverse at least about how they think it's a niche strategy that could work some of the time. But if I would expect any team to immediately be jumping on a strategy like that, I do think Broke Bottom Boys is where I would have predicted it. So, and the hardest thing to execute there is going to have to be the AD carry player, and if I'm going to trust anyone, it's going to be Cammer.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. One thing I noticed is we have Wukong matched with the Yasuo, which is always good, and then you have a Nunu to layer on top of it, and an Ezreal to go over. But you look at the other team, and the other team has so many different ways to either negate damage or, like Scion passive, he's still going to be in the fight. So my prediction for this game is if table for 4 get their hand caught in the cookie jar at a tower or at a dragon or at a baron, and Broke Bottom Boys are able to get in and start the fight, that is going to be their fight no matter how bloody it gets between Vladimir, Kane, Scion. And then you have Malzahar and Brand just throwing things into that fight. I mean, even Brand, if you catch him out, he's just going to press all of his buttons as he dies and most likely take you with him. Whereas on the other side, we have a lot of semi-commit and then a lot of kiting. So I think it's going to be a tale of if table for 4 can land the meaningful poke before the fight, it could be theirs. Otherwise, every neutral objective, if Broke Bottom Boys want to fight for it, I feel like table for 4 have to trade or somehow make them pay for it and get away. Which is not always easier said than done.
Yeah, so we will see here what these guys can do. This is going to be, it's at least going to live up to the hype of the last place game.
Yeah, absolutely. Summoners, we have no teleports on the side of table for 4. And we have
That's
2 teleports on the side of Broke Bottom Boys.
yeah. I maybe they've got the mastery that they're going to be swapping some of those players to teleport as this game goes on. I don't know if that's still as meta as it was in the spring split of all the professional leagues, but
Yeah.
it is very hard to play League of Legends after the 15 to 20 minute mark if you do not have a teleport on your team.
I will drink to that.
As somebody who spent a lot of time wishing it could be phased out of the game, teleport is here to stay. So there's gonna be a lot of strategic intricacy to break down in this game.
Or just a lot of shit show to laugh at. That's if they're good, Swift. If they're bad, we're just gonna have a good chuckle the whole game.
Yeah, I will use some of those terms very loosely. So yeah, we might not even know where some of these players are laning until we get into this game.
Yeah.
And why can I never remember champion item pain?
It's O for me.
Yes,
but
there
I don't
we
know
go.
if
It
I don't know
is-
if I typed that or
It is
customized
definitely
that.
O. I was mashing around the keyboard and I forgot to press O. Alright, so we'll actually have to do a little reordering on the scoreboard here for old time's sake. As it's looking like it's going to be a Wukong support. Thank you for tipping us off with the ancient coin, because I wasn't willing to commit until I saw people actually go to their lanes otherwise.
Minions have spawned.
Now, is Vladimir the thing you always take bottom? In when you do this comp?
I don't know if it's the only way that this works, but I do believe it's one of the most successful.
Okay. Oh, never mind. Wang's at mid tower, anyways. I was gonna say I know I've seen Malzahar in bottom lane every time the 80
Yeah,
carry is dead.
It does have the Doran shield start, so it seems like you wouldn't take that going up against the Talia. But really, it's 2018 and we know nothing about League of Legends, so
This is very true.
I
League of Scuttle and League of no 80 carry. What a time to be alive.
yeah, hopefully Directed Camera will do us some favors and show us a lot of bot lane, because that is what we want to see. Where this Wukong Ezreal lane already feeling some pressure down bots.
Yeah, and this is a Dan signature champion, but I don't think he's ever played it in the support role. And I've seen this a couple times in solo queue. It is really like, if you get that first kill, you're off to the races. If you don't, you're done. You're just cannon fodder.
You have to think that Ezreal is not the pair you want to go for there. And that's really what I just keep thinking as I think about this bot lane. I don't think Ezreal is the pick that's going to abuse this Vlad Brand's lane.
Yeah, it is definitely an interesting dynamic.
And hopefully we'll see some spice early in this game. It is a Fire Dragon, the map, so both these teams might be willing to contest fairly early on. As we do also see in this top lane, Frag is really forcing himself on Boozgraf early.
Yeah, Frag is poking him out really good. If Boozgraf can collect these minions under his tower, he should be fairly okay, but Frag is definitely going to make him pay for it unless Frag decides to take like 3 turret shots.
Yeah, well, that one turret shot didn't help things. That's going to even things up a bit. Both junglers could maybe come to the top lane, but Adana's going to make the first stop in this mid lane. Gonna walk in and take one. Ooh, Talia with a nice poke there.
Nice
now
damage.
Here comes Kane. But nope, 2 junglers show up, nothing really happens in the mid lane.
Not even sums exchanged. Just a bit of damage. And Gabe is off his health potion already, coming back from half health. He must have got comboed at some point. Swerves and Camera are fairly healthy here. And Adonis is... Oh, there's a gank up top.
Yeah, Goku Rose showing up in this top lane. They're putting some good damage on a Frag.
Yeah,
Looks like he wants to trade kills. The Ignite gonna be ticking on Boozgraph, and it's gonna be first over the Yasuo. And now Frag is
Oh my
trying to
god, is he
outplay
gonna
the
do
board.
it?
Goku Rose is taking so much creep damage. The cheeky teleport back into the creep lane. He's Yasuoing around it. He is going to stay alive. Meanwhile, this bot lane, the Ignite is down on SPL Bad Boy. Everyone is flashing and Swarms with the flash follow, and now they are exhausting on the game O'Neal. I don't think they have the follow-up. Whew,
Oh,
boy.
Goodness. Frag got the kill, is up 18 CS right now, and outplayed the jungler and walked away for his victory bye. This is already looking awkward for top lane.
Yeah, that is really rough because we haven't seen Table for 4 in a situation where Frag is an advantage yet this season. He's, I mean, honestly kind of inted away both games so far. Now, instead, he's up, 700 gold at the 5-minute mark.
And then we see bottom lane, the brand support picked up that kill. Gonna turn that into an early Frost Fang and some wards and getting the 3-pot refresh. I don't know if those were his original or if he bought refreshers, but that lane is there to stay. Vlad already got the revolver. Yeah, this is gonna be a very obnoxious lane to fight at this point. And with a Nunu jungle, there's opportunity to gank between the Wukong and the Nunu if the Vlad and the Brand push really hard, but other than that,
Boozgraph, though, could be in some danger in this top lane, is fortunately going to be dodging the tornado, but it doesn't really matter because he's so far from his turret, and Frag with an easy solo kill. Boozgraph, what were you doing? He just watched Frag chunk him away there bit by bit. At some point, he hit half his health and realized, oh, hey, maybe I am too deep.
maybe I done messed up.
And this is bad for Broke Bottom, boys. Boozgraph, it's hard to see him getting into this game, and this Table for 4 composition is going to rely on just running train somewhere.
Yeah, you never want to see a Yasuo take off like this fast, because he can get one pop-up from Wukong and he'll get the whole team dead real fast.
Yeah, so we'll see how he's able to use this advantage as this game goes on. As in this bot lane, Cameron and Zwerbs, I mean, Cameron doing what Cameron is known to do, is just doing it with a little bit different of a pick.
Yeah, he's played a lot of mid though too, right? So this isn't foreign
No,
material for him at all.
He did, in prior seasons, try to make that transition. Did not sign up as mid laner this season. It was a 5 for his mid lane sign up, so he was committed to going back to the AD carry, but probably has some experience here as Vlad. Maybe on the simple side of mages you could play.
Let's see here. Disenchanted building a pretty healthy lead and damage now.
Zwerb's going deep. He gets the stun, but this is a lot of low health bars in the bot lane, but no one able to commit to kills.
And it's funny watching the junglers right now. They're both just walking through each other's junglers, trading camps.
Yeah, and Gabe is in some danger here. If some CC lands and Goku Rose is here, out of sight. My Wang teleport now down as well. There is no help coming. Sorry, I take that back. I'm mixing up my teams here. Talia and Nunu are on their way, but they've already taken out the SBL bad boy. Talia not able to ult in time, but this could still turn into a turret fight here. 3 versus 3. My Wang is going to be very late on his bot lane, but first in the top lane, Yasuo trying to pick up the kill. He gets stunned under tower. It's going to be a kill trade. Now in this bot lane, the fight bringing up My Wang is showing up. He is suppressing and there's a flash out, disenchanted. It's looking like it's engaged, but a nice pull in from Wayne. Cameron taking a lot of damage. He's 1 hit away. Adonis flashes and gets the kill onto Cameron. As this game has been difficult to follow.
I feel like I'm developing ADHD as we progress. That top lane dive though, I don't know if I like trading with Boozgraph at this point. He was so gold starved and XP starved. You didn't need to trade with him there. You could have just poked him out a little bit and then just done it the next wave. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
I think he was close to making it out with his life there as the camera was cutting away. We didn't see as much of that fight as I would have liked to have. But could be worse. He's still up 1,200 gold here before the 10-minute mark, so Frag probably not going to be too concerned about.
I don't think Frag ever
details.
cares. Is he ahead? He don't care.
So we do see Adonis here trying to kind of sneak this dragon as Nunu, but they are going to be found out here by BBB. As now my Wang getting some decent poke down.
You're nothing.
As we do see Frag going all in. Gonna chunk Boozgraph a bit there, but Frag kind of playing pretty unsuccessfully this last few waves up in the top lane.
Yeah, Boozgraph is coming back with a little bit of a bite here. He's got that Raptor cloak early, which is helping him, and he's about to finish his ninja tabbies, it looks like. So that'll definitely pay dividends for him here. I just don't know what SPL Bad Boy is going to do in this bottom lane. He is such a walking liability at this point. Unfortunately with Wukong, like he's got to pray for 6 and then pray Zorbs and Camera get aggressive and miss all their skill shots and keep walking forward for some reason.
Yeah, in this bot lane, Camera and Zorbs are both at about a 700 gold lead apiece. So it is, I mean, I guess the bleeding has kind of slowed a bit, but geez, Camera's playing really aggressive. He's flashing forward, he's going for the kill on the SBL Bad Boy, but Wukong flashing into that turret, Gabe O'Neal popping the heal as well. They're able to just take a summoner trade there.
Heal for heal flash, I believe, so. Still no bueno. This bottom lane needs a little help from a Nunu, but I don't know if Nunu is the right champ to help with that. But maybe if he can sneak this Fire Drake, as no one's got any wards on it. Although I see Zorbs walking up there now. Oh, there's the end of that idea. Let's see. Disenchanted now out to about a 35 CS lead. Although, did the Malzahar minions count towards CS? I don't think so anymore, right?
I don't think so, but I'm not positive.
Alright, I'm gonna watch next time he's killing him. If it's not, he's accruing a CS lead at a pretty nice clip here. Pretty soon we'll be able to...
Yeah, and now though, using that advantage to kind of seal the bot lane in here, but he takes a lot of damage though. Swarps has to flash in defensively. This is a man advantage for him, or they are forcing Broke Bottom Boys back, but now Kane coming forward. Nunu though takes out Swarps, but this fight is going in every direction. It's a 1-for-1 so far, but Boozgraph getting Naka, a suppression, gonna force Adonis off of the steam. This is looking like a win for the Broke Bottom Boys, a 1-for-3.
Yeah, and this is what I was kind of saying in Champ Select about the Broke Bottom Boys, is you can get the best team fight all in that you could hope to get, and you're fighting a Vlad, you're fighting a Sion, you're fighting a Malzahar, you're fighting a Kane. Like, they have ways to just outplay that team fight, reset it, and then get right back on top of you to pay it back in spades. So it is definitely concerning that they want to fight that team straight up.
Yeah, and Frag is gonna barely even get this tower in the top lane to kind of match all this that happened down bot. I gotta keep an eye up here if the camera shows. I think he's going to take this turret. Yes, Frag is going to take top lane turret, so that is the end of that sequence of events. But yeah, you know, it's like you said, the reason that this we're seeing this meta in the bot lane this is such a snowball end the game fast meta right now in League of Legends that's teams are just thinking it's more efficient to have something that dominates the 15-minute team fight phase than even bother scaling up to the later parts of the game. And that's exactly what this comp wants to do out of Broke Bottom Boys.
Yeah, I totally agree. League matches can be over in 30 minutes now. Like, I honestly feel champions like Kog'Maw and traditional Vigar and Nasus, they're all pretty much dead unless
Maybe
they
we
get
don't have much
reworked.
of a chance here as Goku Rose coming up into this top lane, dropping the damage onto Freg. He's going to be sticking around in this fight, so Freg going for the outplay. Adonis, though, is showing up. It's now a 2 versus 2. The new duel does not do a damn thing as Goku Rose running for his life. Gonna just barely
Nice
make it out.
dodge.
Now everyone's turning on to Boozgraf, but Disenchantment has showed up. It is a 1 kill only.
Honestly, that was a pretty good scuffle in top lane by both teams. I think if the gold disparity wasn't so large, that probably would have ended up as a trade or in Boozgraf and Goku Rose's favor. But unfortunately, gold and equipment definitely make the difference sometimes.
Yeah, they sure do. And now Freg up to 4-1-0. He is 2,500 gold ahead of Boozgraf right now. And for those of you that maybe don't play a lot of League of Legends, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. And Rift Herald started up here. Freg's walking around with 300 health and not a care in the world. That is like the worst thing when a ward gets thrown over the wall and you're that low. I'm just like, oh god, please. Honestly, Zwerbs doesn't look like he's missed a beat here. 2-1-3 on that mage support here. Definitely putting the fear of God into Gabe O'Neill and the SBL bad boy in bottom lane here.
Yeah, he's been able to do what he needs to do so far. And we'll see. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him as this game winds on, too. The brand in this composition is responsible for playing team fights well. But we'll see, though. Bottom boy set up in his mid lane, but SBL bad boy coming down the flank gets some press before he gets the chance to ult. And SBL bad boy with an awful flank. This has not been good. The man formerly known as Victor Yi playing neither of those champs and inting accordingly, as he is all the way up to 0-4-1, trying to match today's support high score, and he is well on his way to do so.
I didn't know we were playing for a high score. I would have tried harder, dude.
You look like you were announcing the challenge to the whole world in that game. Maybe I misread you.
No, dude. I was alive for a couple fights. I could have ran right down mid, dude.
But unlike when you were having that bad game with Zyra, SBL Bad Boy on this Wukong is going to be much more useless from a deficit, as there is no long-range poke to be had. Now Swerve
nice
getting
pick.
kicked out. Adonis secures the kill, and this should be some easy turret damage. The Rift Herald chunks that one out. Thank you, Shelly, as this mid lane turret is going to fall. Now Goku falls in. Boozgraf wants to turn to fight this one, but I don't know if the damage will be enough. Hammer is now down. Snow is by Wang, and Boozgraf going to finish things off. We have a 17-minute ace coming off Craig's triple kill here, and Shelly and the friends are going to mow through 2 turrets in this mid lane. Table for 4 are starting to take off with this lead.
Oh, I think Dan knew we were playing tonight. I feel, no one told me. Now Dan's gonna get the high score.
Yeah, Swerves blows his flash aggressively,
man.
but you cannot 1v1 that man. That was a that was a dumb flash out of Swerves.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Like, just walk away, be the bigger man. You're not gonna beat the asshole.
But going back to what you said about Dan being the only death in that fight, maybe not having a chance here is Frag draws everyone in yet again. The ults are coming, and finally the Yasuo is shut down. Going over to Kane here.
Oh man, I was gonna talk about right at the very beginning of that series of events when Wukong went into ult and immediately got suppressed by Malzahar, that you just can't fight this team straight up. But they proved me wrong, because right after that siege for mid, they knew Malzahar didn't have his ult, and they immediately just went for broke, started fishing for picks with that Talia. Honestly, Disenchanted won them that fight multiple times, just continuing to get picks with that Shovel first.
Now, Broke Bottom Boys do manage to find a Fire Dragon here, so they have 2 Infernals here. Now they're playing this pretty far forward. A Suppression lands on Disenchanted. They take out the Talia early, and they are not out of this game yet.
Oh no, there's no way either of these teams are. We got so many more bloody team fights to see.
Yeah, now I feel bad boys going in once again. See hero kill hero. That is the philosophy of the Kong, but it is only going to cost him his life. Now Cameron flashes in, but dies before he can get the flop here. Frank putting out that huge jump. Now he's playing forward, dives in a little deep, gets the double kill. And it ends up being a 2 for 2 so far, as I think that's going to be the end of these kill trades.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. They talked to each other before the match and they were like, you guys just want to throw down at every opportunity we possibly can.
Yeah, this has been a game of men thus far. No backing down from the challenge, but on the whole, table 4 coming out ahead here. 5,000 gold in the lead with a comp I would think is going to outscale.
Yeah, it is definitely good to see table for 4 though. Every time the Broke Bottom boys get something off of a big cooldown, like again, the Malzahar suppression, they immediately go back in to fight. And with a 10 and 2, yeah, so I don't know why you wouldn't. So that really seems like their win condition. A lot of weight is on Fragg's shoulders here to show up and show out.
And now Cammer is a long way from home. Adonis dropping the new wall to zone, but it didn't zone much. And now Disenchanted actually getting killed from the downtown. The dot damage, but the suppression coming out here. Frag is down. That is a 0 for 2 in favor of the Broke Bottom boys, and that's going to give them a chance to finally finish up the siege in the mid lane. I think they'll barrel through this tower with ease. Maybe try to take 2, although they don't have much of a creep wave, nor an 80 carry. But they are going to give it a shot anyways. You know, maybe you don't need an 80 carry if you get 5 bodies just right-clicking onto this turret. And so they bring the gold lead back down a bit. Only 2,000s.
Yeah, I think, honestly, just based on champions, this team is very scary to fight. The brand does not need a lot to do a lot of damage in fights, and when you just want a team fight, that is every AoE mage's hopes and dreams, that everyone wants to just group together.
Yeah, now Talia tosses out a zoning ult from the top lane, but it doesn't actually accomplish anything here. So with the banner command minion, this top lane, this turned into a 3-turret play for the Broke Bottom boys. And with their double Infernal Dragon, they're starting to look in a much better position, really.
Are we chasing down? Or
Yeah,
at least wanting to get some pressure, stop backs, it looks like. But I don't know if they want to pick this fight.
Yeah, I don't know if they do either. They maybe want to fight before Broke Bottom boys have a chance to spend all this gold they're sitting on, but Broke Bottom boys look like they are willing to answer the call, even though they've got a no-health Brand in the back line. But now it looks like teams are backing off here.
Table for 4 spotted that, wait, was that a banner minion? No, I didn't.
Frag?
Spectators!
Frag?
Frag? Hello?
Frag?
Hello? Frag, pick up the phone! Oh man. Frag giveth and Frag taketh away.
Yeah, this lines up with what we know of the Frag. And now Goku Rose jumped
Disenchanted.
out on his entry. Now Camber trying to carry this one all on his own. SPL Bad Boy in very aggressively here. This is another awkward team by Gable Neal trying to get some damage down. He has to pop his heal, but he is getting safe enough damage. Bruce grabbed the first casualty. Adonis racking up his kills, but Adonis
Watch out.
sorry, Bruce grabs gets the kill in the game. It's a 1 for 1.
And that's what I'm kind of talking about, like, even they killed the Scion, but they ran past the Scion. The Scion is gonna just murder you on the backside of that fight. Just existing with his passive, able to pick up Gabe O'Neill, who bit off a little bit more than he could chew,
Yeah,
and tried to sneak past.
there has been some awkward structuring to some of these team fights. You know, we don't know if this is just because Gabe O'Neill just joined this team 2 hours ago or not, but he has had a hard time staying in sync with his team. But I'm also not sure his team has thought too much about creating any kind of zones deal for him.
No, I honestly think this is just Frag going, I'm going in. I'm leaving.
Yeah, good chat, team.
Yeah, exactly. It's literally just that. Although, honestly, I don't know if there's much more than that on the other side either. I will say Disenchanted, he's 0-2-8, but he is putting in a lot of work for his team to create these opportunities in these fights to at least go even. Giving Frag a lot of opportunity to clean up these kills. And I feel like if the Wukong can pick up a couple kills in the next fight here, he can get durable enough where he's not going to explode immediately upon impact.
Let's see. So we do have a dragon about to spawn. Broke Bottom boys are in the neighborhood. Goku Rose is on it. Looks like he wants to start it. As the poke off begins, there should be a free dragon over to Broke Bottom boys. Their third of the game. As, no, it's going down a little slowly. Maybe Adonis does get in here in time to steal. He is a Nunu, so know that he's going to be secured by BBB here, but the fight is now breaking out.
Oh, huge Nunu ult.
Yeah, Cameron getting in, laying out some big damage as well. But now Broke Bottom boys are the ones pressing this fight forward. The damage is coming
good
out.
night.
The Hellfires are falling. And the kills are all going the way of Broke Bottom boys. A 3-for-0. All off the pressure that Cameron created. And they are rotating straight to Baron.
Oh god, it is so tilting to see Vlad just fly in there and then Zonya's in the middle of your team and then get 3/4 of his health back. Like, fuck, you gotta kill him again. And again. He's not dying. Who's buying Grievous Wounds this game? Actually, correction. We're all buying Grievous Wounds this game.
Yeah, and all of this translates to Baron for the Broke Bottom boys. They have secured a gold lead for the first time this game. They have 2 Infernals and a Wind Dragon to the 0 of table for 4. And they just, I mean, they have taken control of this game. And now they have a very wide open playbook.
They are really hard to fight in a straight up team fight right now, and I don't see Table for 4 splitting with their Yasuo, so I really don't know if they're actually thinking about what the answer to this situation is. Question for you. Do you think they win the game off of this, Baron?
I don't think they win the game outright, but I do think it gives them the advantage.
You think they put them away? Yeah, okay.
It gives them enough of an advantage.
You're going to get the double inhib slowly.
And back to a
Joke
point
him
we
out.
talked about during the draft and haven't really had a chance to mention since, there are no teleports for Table for 4. That means if Broke Bottom boys opt into a split push here, they use that Banner of Command efficiently, there is no answer for Table for 4. Broke Bottom boys have an advantage on basically every play in their book.
Oh!
And he does. Frank finds enough of the damage, but will it matter? Cameron has gone very deep here, but this is looking good for Table for 4.
Cameron's trying to fix it.
Trying to fix this fight all by his lonesome, and he has found a lot of damage. It is a 2 for 3, but Cameron is bound to die in enemy territory. He's just going to take his time getting there. A 2 for 3 in favor of Table for 4. And just like that, Broke Bottom boys throw away a ton of their Baron advantage.
Yeah, they, well, they didn't start that fight. Wayne got caught, so kudos to, again, Disenchanted is 1-2-10, and I feel like his scoreline is 10-2-1. But he is doing so much work to keep Table for 4 in this game and scaring the absolute bejesus out of Broke Bottom boys. He's honestly the reason this team is surviving at this point. And then I have to say, Adonis's Nunu ults, skirting around all the CC and making sure he's getting at least a half channel Nunu ult is doing a lot of work as well. for these team fights. Very good at splitting the difference on Broke Bottom Boys, and Table for Four can then divide and conquer. Because again, the fights that Broke Bottom Boys are winning are the fights that they're all grouped together into a death ball, and the fights that Table for Four are winning is when Adonis can get into the middle and split them with the Nunu ult.
Yeah, Adonis is playing this game fairly well, which is a new thing for him in the jungle. It might not be an exaggeration to say this is one of the best jungle games he's ever played in the SBL. And exciting enough, it is on the Nunu. Nothing more fun than that, unfortunately for him, but that's League of Legends sometimes.
Yeah, I wasn't ecstatic about the Nunu when we started this game. I was trying to figure out what the hell that was going to do, but against an all-mage team, Nunu can just build Spirit Visage and everything else that he could possibly want, stack the health, and he'll live forever and be able to zone out these squishy mages while his team does the work on the front side of the fight. If Boozgraph ever gets to the point where they can't kill him, though, this game is done for them. But I don't see that happening. Disenchanted and Frag are doing just way too much damage to ever worry about having a raid boss situation.
Yeah, and I want to see Broke Bottom Boys find a way to use this teleport advantage, and I'm honestly going to start talking about that basically until this game ends.
It's hard to use your teleport advantage when you're grouping as 5 in mid lane over and over again, isn't it?
Yeah, because all they have to do, I mean, put my Wang in a side lane, push to a turret. Wait
when
for
you see
somebody to
2
match
people show up, you port mid and start a fight.
Yeah, or just catch the SBL bad boy yet again.
Oh,
my score watch continues as he is now 0-8-7, but his friends are coming to avenge him, and Cammer is zoned away, but Cammer's friends have made it here as well. Boozgraph the last one of the fight, now he is charging forward. They did not finish on that gun, but he has blown health than when this started, and now Broke Bottom Boys, I'm pressing this one forward, killed the SBL bad boy,
he's got
killed Adonis, but Frank is trying to equalize this one. He is choking out everyone, but oh my god! Stop the damage before he goes down, but Cammer is still alive. And it's 2 for 1 momentarily. Now it's just game audio to 1 for 1. Cammer is up 4-5 in favor of Cammer alone, ending that team fight with more health than he started. And now SBL bad boy, the beginner and the ender, can he stop this Vladimir? You all know the answer to that is going to be a no, as Cammer rotates up, takes this free turn. He's probably going to just bounce this wave and back his little vampire ass. No, he's going to get greedy, and then maybe remember he's an AP champ that doesn't deal damage to these turrets, as he is about to have an Adonis.
No, he wants that delayed penna. Nah, I guess not.
But goodness gracious, if this is not one of the worst games in SBL history, I don't know what is.
What do you mean? This is one of the best games in SBL.
There are regular season games that don't have like 1-2 seed implications that go down in history. You know, stuff like Death God Nero playing mid lane Tryndamere. This game is already feeling like it is on that level to me. As we have another dragon fight breaking out, he has Adon is actually not gonna opt for a steal.
he walked over there and he was like, nah, you guys got it. I'll see you later. But again, what we were talking about in Champ Select, that team fight looked so good up until the end when Sion came back in his passive and just started beating the crap out of everything that was left alive, which I think was just Disenchanted and Gabe, and Cammer's walking around as Vlad, healing more damage than can be dealt to him. It's just kind of one of those poison fights that oh, and here we go.
Oh, not again. SBL bad boy is able to make it out of that one for the first time this game, maybe. But Baron has respawned. Everyone is there. The split push. Do the split push. Broke Bottom boy, do not do the split push. SBL bad boy misses it. They have taken out my wing. They are trying to divide and conquer here, and it looks like it is working. It's a 2 for 2,
The
but
zombie lords
Cammer
are
is
still up.
alive, and that is all that seems to matter. Frag is tough to chase into, though, as actually Cammer is respecting this, that he does not have much health. Frag playing around that wind wall, but the wind wall is down. Kane doesn't care about terrain as he is coming in on the flank. They have taken out Frag, and now this Disenchanted gets the shutdown onto Goku Rose's Kane, and another awkward fight comes to an end with Boozgraf and Cammer getting back to their base. As Disenchanted is going to try to interrupt recalls here, but Boozgraf will make it in time to defend this inhibitor turret, and Dutch, I think we have a lot of game left.
I think we might as well, but these fights are fun to watch. That came down to literally the two things for each, or the thing for each team that is going to define this game and who wins it. It was Disenchanted and Frag kiting it out versus the 3 zombie champions that cannot be killed, or if they kill, they're taking you with them. In Goku Rose, who can jump inside anyone and come out at full health because that's, you know, fun. Cyan, who's going to come up for round 2, and Vlad, who's just going to continue to heal forever. Versus Disenchanted, who is doing a ton of damage, and Frag, who is trying to pop off every single point of every single team fight. How many tornadoes can he land, kids? Yeah, it's honestly SBL Bad Boy, Gabe O'Neill, and Zwerbs and Wang are literally imploding at the start of every team fight.
Yeah, the Fiesta must go on. As Cammer getting slowed here, taking a good chunk of damage. Actually, Cammer maybe has to commit. Oh no! This is a disaster. No, this is not a disaster. He's Cammer. He makes it out. Vladimir, tons of fun for everyone.
This Vladimir thing.
But this fight may have to commit to it. I feel bad boy getting the knockup on Goku Rose, but you did not want to catch that man out. You are a scared baby monkey. You were taken away from your family, thrown into the zoo, and then dropped into the murder pit. Now Frag taking some damage. Has to pop. QS has to make it out of this one.
Ugh.
The Fiesta continues.
Yep. I don't even know if you want to catch like the never mind.
Boozgraf runs into the remains of the tower. The stumps Boozgraf's engaged. Now Boozgraf is being jumped out and turned here. And man, there's nothing sadder than a Scion engage going wrong.
Nah, that was just a zoning ult, dude. He's aggressively zoning so they can take control of Baron again.
He was planning to charge the stump. Was he planning to see his jungler go down? Kane here gonna pop onto Frag, do what he can. And what the hell? Instant kill. Frag with the most useless 10-1 lead of all time. Now 12-9. And 2 kills are picked up from the Broke Bottom boys. And surprise, surprise, they are heading towards the Baron. There is no smite to contest. The SBL Bad Boy is in the bot lane, and this is going to be a second free Baron of the game for BBB.
Ugh. Hey man, that Frag comment was a little harsh, man.
It wasn't. This game is all on Frag's shoulders. When you go 10-1 as Yasuo, it is your job to carry. He has picked up 2 kills and 8 deaths since then. He set his team up to play around him, and then has been throwing this game away, fight after fight. And if you're a top laner, you can't pick carry champs if you can't carry when you get the lead. And now, once again, Broke Bottom boys have Baron. They have a teleport advantage, which they will not use. And
all the teleports of the world.
I can't be upset enough about this.
I mean, what if Cameron took teleport too?
No one on Broke Bottom boys even thinks when they're playing this game. They just run and fight and run and fight.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
And now they're going to run and fight right over to the Elder Dragon. I think we're going to see all 10 bodies here. Because, you know, why use that Baron advantage? You know, there's a giant wave in the top lane. You could easily force a free Elder Dragon here, but why? Why waste the time with the setup when you could just go for another 50-50 team fight? But that looking like it's going to be the case here is Adonis, the first one.
Oh,
Goku
huge damage.
is really chunked on the side here. That's big because that is the smite potentially being forced out of this fight here. But Adonis being chunked out a bit as well. Now Talia pulling forward. My way gets big fight.
Oh my goodness.
But will it matter? Camera unstoppable. He is taken out the Talia. Now SPL Bad Boy coming down the flank. SPL Bad Boy gonna look for his first successful cut. He will not find it. Damn. And once again, Rofata boys win a team fight off the back of just chucking out random moves. But now they have Baron and the Elder Dragon.
Oh man. Every time I think they're gonna get the pop and kill one of these zombie lords, they never get it, and then they come back with full health. Oh man.
I don't even know, man. Somebody send this game to Deficio. I need a professional breakdown when this is over. And probably a therapist as well. This has taken everything I've ever known and loved about League of Legends and beaten and bastardized it and run it into the ground and forced me to cast it. I love objective play and rotations.
You're not gonna
using
get that.
your teleport advantage! Stop! I love the teleport advantage!
We're playing
And it doesn't matter! Flag is going in! Losing all of his health on the engaged yet again! Wang is not
Look at him
teleport
teleport.
advantaging. He's teleport joining his team. Talia is blocking Camera off, but you can't
Buy
take it.
time.
Camera will just Rorschach you, and now these barren banner of command creeps are destroying this inhibitor turret. And 40 minutes into the early game meta, we finally see the base get cracked. Yes, what?
Oh my god.
What?
That was an illegal amount of damage.
Hammer, I actually blinked and missed it. Gets the kill on Gabe O'Neal, turns into the first inhibitor of the game. All it took was Baron and an Elder Dragon, but they did it.
How'd they do it on their teleport? Well, they used both of their teleports, I'm sure, to maximum efficiency.
Well, Wang teleported in as he was farming under a turret top lane to join his team there as the fight was breaking out. As Disenchanted run away. That is a bad man.
Oh man. Honestly, if Table for Floor can somehow pick one of these people before a fight, and then the fight breaks out, did they, like, if they get Camer or they get Goku Rose, like, can they win that fight, or are they still screwed?
Camera, yes. I think so. Camera is all of that damage.
That's true.
As,
And all of a sudden it looks like we're all about the, pushing lanes for advantage situation. And Table for Four honestly has the better setup here to sit and wait this out. That's really funny. Hashtag no TPs needed.
yeah, well,
Oh,
no
my
thought needed. No frame, no aim. Vladimir Main coming in with another one shot on Gabe O'Neal, and now the turret time pressure is coming. SPL Bad Boy may be about to
Look at
die
him
for the
spin.
final time this game. This is knockup to nothing. The broke bottom boys have maybe been fixed as they are killing all of Table for Four underneath their own turret here. Chasing this forward, Cammer gonna try to finish the few bodies off the knockup onto Adonis. It's gonna turn into a legendary kill for Cammer, and of course he makes it out. Yet again, no! Talia just barely finds it onto the Vlad. Can Disenchanted have the hold of his life here, 1 versus 3. 2 inhibitors have been taken by BBB. They do not think they can end. They don't have the creep waves, and they have to back out of this one as Gabe O'Neal is spawning. The fiesta continues.
What the hell is Gabe gonna do when Vlad just has to EQ to kill him? Like, what the shit? And he's got full items, so it's not like he can buy a Banshee's face. I mean, I guess he could sell the execute. He needs the executioners. I don't know what the hell he's gonna do. He's so screwed. Like,
Same. I don't. Do you go tank? Tank's real.
sell the boots, dude. Just buy the Banshees, man. I don't know. And Frag has got to be getting frustrated because, like, everybody on the other team has a freaking Zonias right now. And every time he gets anything, they just Zonias.
His impact is over. The Yasuo cannot really accomplish anything at this point in the game. And now this could be at the defining Baron, and Adonis is a long way away. This is going to go over to Broke Baddy boys. Barring a miracle from this Ezreal, no, it is much too early. Unfortunately, for TFF 4, Goku Rose true with the smite, even if he didn't need it. And the third Baron of the game going over to the Broke Baddy boys, who are going to try to run this down mid. This is about brute force. No cheeky setups. Now Boozrap is ulting in. Kane jumping over walls. They're putting up the damage. Adonis trying to zone here, but Cameron has made it in. Watch out, that man will right click and kill you.
Oh my god.
As some health bars are being chunked out, there are a few creeps making their way in here, but Table for 4 is going to get a chance to heal up underneath the fountain, and there is a giant table for 4
fun fact, I was going to mention that they put Banner Command Minion bottom and got 2 towers, and they're about to get the third one.
And they sent Wang to clear, but they're also pushing into base. They need to give Wang a chance here. Clear this, as Camber's now being turned on. SPL Bad Boy sees the advantage. He's going in.
Oh,
They killed Camber! They killed Camber! This would be it! This is awful! Broke Baddy boys have no clue on Legends! And now, while Wang is clearing
We're
out,
going for an
they
hour!
send out too many members to push anyways. Broke
We're going
Baddy,
for an hour, boys!
Broke Baddy boys continue to play the most embarrassing brain dead League of Legends imaginable. And now they give Table for 4 a chance to buy out time. The mid lane inhibitor has respawned. Table for 4 is running this down mid. They still have 30 seconds before the bad man respawns.
Somebody buy Ezreal a restraining order.
And for the first time, SPL Bad Boy accomplished what he wanted with that ultimate on the Wukong.
They just gotta pray. You guys gotta go and hope for another pick and just keep staggering them at this point if you hope to. Nope, we're gonna go back and...
Yeah, they did not have the time. The creep waves were too far away, and they cannot risk being on the wrong side of the map while Camer is around.
I don't know, man. Now they gotta set up for... They got another shindig at Elder Drake now.
Yeah, they do. Table for 4 do need to make sure they get bodies there in time. Adonis is going to be the last man there. If this goes down fast enough, he may not be there in time to challenge with a smite, but I'm thinking he's going to be fine.
A lot of flashes are down, and Talia Wall may pay dividends here.
Yeah, this is going to start immediately. Talia Wall buying some time here. She's not going to ride that one in, just zoning people inside of the pit. But this Elder Drake is barely taking any damage. Once again, with no AD carries here. Bootstrap going for the point rank ult onto... This is another split fight, but Broke Baddy boys are playing this one forward. Right, gets some knockouts though, and Kane is down. The flat damage hasn't been enough. They do get the Wukong, but they need some more important kills for this to be a one fight. Cameron though is trying to heal up as this fight goes on, and Broke Baddy boys still playing like they're in control here. Gabe O'Neal not getting any damage down from the back line, but now Cameron flashes forward, gets the kill on
my
this
god.
enchanted, but Gabe O'Neal is still alive. Cameron is in some prep, but I don't know if there. Cameron with the kill on that Frag as well, and now Broke Baddy Boy is going to keep pressing this one forward. Adonis flashes out, but really thinks, but Gabe O'Neal gets caught. He's being slowed, he's being silenced, he is being down.
No, it's Uncle
Finally,
Touchy.
It all comes to an end. After trying their hardest to throw this game away for the last 20 minutes, Broke Baddy Boys on the back of Cammer and Cammer alone are going to take this down the mid and top. I know the Inhibitor respawn for good measure, but it doesn't matter. No one spawns in time. And Broke Baddy Boys win. And the fiesta finally comes to an end.
Oh my goodness. What a time to be alive.
I have no words.
I do. If you want to interview Cameron, can we interview Gabe instead? Just ask him for his hot takes on the 2 times he was deleted without, knowing what happened.
I was thinking maybe we bring in the SBL Bad Boy since he was one of the star players for the Broke Bottom Boys that game. But no, we are going to bring in Cameron there with a performance like that.
User joined your channel.
Really no one else on the team to even think about talking to. And there he is, Cameron himself. Cameron, were you ever worried?
Nah, no, not at all. Easy clap. All I gotta say, better top lane wins.
That's very true. And most damage in the game, but Disenchanted did give you a run for your money there, but you edged him out there at the end. And how does it feel to be the zombie lord that only dies seemingly once in a team fight?
I don't know. It was hard because I almost died so many times. Like, if I died at any of those fights, we could have just lost the game. In the one fight that I did die, we almost did, but my team really clutched it out there.
Perfect execution, I have to say. With the double TP, the ARAM strat definitely paying dividends for you guys.
So I normally ask teams who the shot caller is, especially in some of these early season games, but I want to do a different take on that question. Is there a shot caller on your team?
It's not really much of a shot caller. I kind of do some of the early game stuff on the bottom side usually and tell them where they should go.
Try to herd the kids
Sometimes.
around.
Yeah, just a little bit. But Wang does he talks a lot. He does talk a lot. And this time we all followed instead of last week where we just kind of made the shittiest decisions and split up.
So now that you've tried it out in real time, are we going to see this no AD carry compo to you guys some more? Or was that kind of a one time for fun?
You're going to have to stay tuned for that one. I can't tell you the future.
Well, fair enough.
Under wraps.
I guess one last question, since we did have you guys picked up as Werbs here now, full-time roster edition, as we said in the pregame. How do you guys feel that's going to change the dynamic on your team? Is things looking up for the Broke Bottom Boys?
Oh, things are looking great now that our idiot mid laner is gone. ZZ Death Reaper ZZ. We'll miss him maybe a little bit, but my Wang, he really showed up. He did well in lane, and he came down when he could. And Zwerbs is really good. He's really helpful in lane with me. That's what I appreciate. Sorry, Joe.
All right. Well, sorry, not sorry, Joe, but you have lost out. And I think that's going to do it, guys. Like I said, a legendary SBL game. I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride with me on that one. So that's going to do it for week 3. You know where to find us. We will see you next Tuesday.